Let me guess, your back hurts. Of course it does. You wouldn't be watching this video if it didn't. And you probably have a saved folder of hundreds of different Instagram exercises, stretches, drills, activation work you've tried. Maybe you've even been to the chiropractor and the physical therapist, and you're still dealing with it. So here's the real question. Is it coming from your back or is it coming from your hips? Let me show you. We're going to run a test called Faber's test. It's a clever acronym. The F stands for flexion. So flexion of the hip, we're bringing the thigh towards the chest. The AB stands for abduction or abduction, where the leg's dropping out to the side. Then the ER stands for external rotation, where we're rotating the foot towards the midline here. So the way we perform this test, you're going to lay on your back, you're going to cross one leg over the other, and then you're going to let the knee drop out to the side here. If you were in the clinic, I'd be looking for back pain, hip pain, groin pain, or SI joint pain. And then based upon the history I took and then the results of that test, I'd run other tests to confirm or deny my hypothesis or what I think the diagnosis is. We're not doing that for you. That's why you can reach out to me. For our purposes, we're going to use this test to identify limitations. We're going to use it to identify asymmetries. Totally bomb this test. Does this mean this is causing your back pain? I don't freaking know. Like I said, we take a history, we run multiple tests. This is just one piece of the puzzle here, but we can still use this for data for you. Because here's the thing everyone does. This is where everyone runs into an issue. They jump right to step 2 in the process. We start cherry picking exercises off of Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, trying to come up with a solution. And I'm going to tell you what you end up doing. You second guess yourself. You run into paralysis by analysis because you're trying to fix something that you don't even know what you're trying to fix. So if we run it back to step 1, and this is one of the step 1 tests I use, this is how you gather information to make informed decisions. So when you do implement some sort of fix, some sort of strategy, you know you've taken the guesswork out of it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is exactly what we need to do. I can follow a process, and it's not if I'm going to get better. It's just when, if I stay consistent long enough. If you're still watching this video up to this point, I'm guessing it's because you sucked at the test, so you want to know how to fix it. Let's cover that. We're going to utilize a 2-step lengthen and strengthen approach for each aspect or component of the Faber test. The first part is going to be the outside of the hips. For the strengthening component, we're going to use skater squats. There's a few different ways you can make this movement easier or you can make it harder. Then on the flip side here, we're going to lengthen it with elevated pigeon stretch here to work that outside of the hip. Moving on to the front of the hip, we're going to strengthen it with hip flexor sit-ups. Please, please, please make sure when you do these, you'll notice in the video, my foot is anchored under a dumbbell. It's got to be a pretty freaking heavy dumbbell. If not, it's going to turn into a YouTube fail video. And then we're going to combine these or superset these with box hip flexion for that lengthening component. Then lastly, we have the inside of the hips. We're going to strengthen these with dragon liftoffs, and then we're going to lengthen these with an elevated frog stretch. This one can get pretty spicy because the inside of the hip is an area that we normally don't train, so be very conservative and use a little amount of weight with this at first. And if this sounds like you, chronic pain, has tried everything and is still stuck, I've created something called a movement quiz where we assess different ranges of motion, like this Faber test. We figure out what's driving your pain and build a plan around it. Link below is the first step.